So, do you want to understand why we live in such a messed up world, despite the fact of Trump's faith based office trying to solve the problem? The trouble's in their theology. Dominionist ideology breeds resentment from people when they try to steamroll their so called Christian vision on the rest of society, raise up the advantage, knock down the marginalized and the oppressed, and so forth. Evangelical values breeds contempt when they attempt to replace true Christ-like behavior with the value of a warrior God who takes sides in fights, wages battles, and trottens the weak in favor of being tough. Grow a backbone, you sinner, and pull yourself up by your bootstraps. And the biggie, and you might not have thought of this one. When you say God in his godliness is no more than a glorified human with touchiness, reactiveness, and vengefulness reminiscent of the war gods of old, figures like Ares and Mars among the Greeks and Romans, and Tyre among the Norse, or the barbarian god of the Cimmerians, Crom, in the fictionalized Conan stories. You totally neuter the very sublimeness, nobility, and resplendency of God. God can't be ineffable and or profound because he must be invariably human-like and personal with all the foibles and kinks of being human. But there's more. This God can do whatever he wants in the world, and he probably will. Cause a flood, wipe out a nation, snuff out a few galaxies. Nothing's beyond his reach or the potency of his will to envision and make something happen. But as soon as you posit the existence of this sort of a God, then there's no stopping the sorts of atrocities done in his name. All because if he has no restraints holding him back, then why should we? That's the legacy of this sort of God and the theology born of him. Dominionist ideology is deplorable, but it's born out of the equally, if not more nefarious ground of an evangelicalism that says with God anything goes, and the power of the will to do whatever one wants is supreme. I'm not a fan of Paula White, Franklin Graham, Doug Wilson, or any of the others in the Trump train, but their ideology makes sense and gains traction when you have Protestant theologians touting the supremacy of the unvarnished will to do whatever it wants based on its whims, and a God that is bound by nothing save his will, all because they've defined him as having passions and human like reactivity to things. Paula White may be abominable, but her ideology finds its roots and its justification in the anthropopathism of a William Lane Craig. And while I love Dr. Craig for many reasons, his erudition, his articulation of points, his adherence to divine command theory, and its focus on the divine will to do whatever it sees fit to do in the world, plus in making God's character incumbent on human like emotions and variability slash passability. That leads to the very excesses we see in the dominionist view of the world and the Christianity of control espoused by the MAGA evangelicals. Want a better world? Then quit trying to fix it with these tired old religious formulas. They didn't work in the past, they won't work now. Signing off.